YouTube. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how we can use Tmux and why we need to use Tmux. So before downloading the image that I built for simulation, we need to learn to use Tmux. So why Tmux? Because Tmux helps us to open multiple terminals in a window, and it's going to be important when we are working with simulation because ROS will be occupied in one terminal, there will be simulation running in another terminal, and you won't be able to use that terminal. And instead of doing that, you will have to open that containers terminal again and again in different tabs. So instead of doing that, we will be using Tmux. So let's just open a container and simple Ubuntu container. The image that we'll be downloading will have Tmux installed and other things. For showing you Tmux, I'll install it in a fresh machine again. So I just do, since you're the root user, you no need to do sudo apt-get update. I've already done. So if for you this might take some time since it will download some packages, and if you don't do apt-get update, you won't be able to download Tmux. If I do Tmux, you can see it's not present. I do apt install Tmux to install it. It will look for Tmux, find it, and then install it on our system. So yes, I want to install it, and I will be going through some of the basic commands which we need. Listing sessions. If you start a Tmux session using Tmux, you can see we have a slightly different window, but again we can split the planes using Control B and percentage. So Control B and I do Shift 5. I can have different terminals. So you see right how it can be useful. You can start writing something in this. If this terminal is occupied, you can start doing it another terminal. Now if I want to split the panes horizontally, I'll do it with Control B and colon. So I want to split this terminal horizontally, so Control B and Shift colon. Yeah, you can see I have 3 terminals within one terminal, and let's make it bigger. Now how to move between panes, right? So you use a Control B and the arrow key for movement. So Control B up arrow go here, Control B left arrow go here, Control B right arrow go here, back again. So now we can move between panes. Now to close a pane, we use exit. So exit, and if I do exit again, I'll just come out of the Tmux session, but I'm still inside the Docker container. If you note the name root @ blah, new tabs, yes, you can create new tabs also. So what I'll do is I'll just start another session Tmux, and I'll do Control B and then C. So you see I have 2 tabs here, one is 0 bash and one is 1 bash. I'm in the first tab because there's an asterisk mark here. I can go back to the 0th bash also. So to do that, switch between tabs, you have to use Control B and the number which you want to go to. So let's go to the first one. So Control B and then 0. So I'm here. You can see the asterisk has changed. Now let's go back to bash 1. Control B and 1. So we are there. Now let's rename tabs because you won't want them to be named bash, right? So we'll do Control B and then a comma. So what do you want to name it? I want to name it, let's name it Docker. Done. And now let's change back and change the name of bash also to Control B comma to, let's name it ROS, and then enter. Now you can see how we can change the names, add terminals, and do different variety of things. It's actually very powerful. I guess this will be it for this tutorial. This was a very small and short tutorial, and I'll be also linking the Tmux tutorials that I went through for creating this notes. So in the next tutorial we will be installing the Docker image and running actual simulation.